Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can scale your 3D printing business. What are the key steps, the key areas that you need to learn and upskill to actually create a scalable business that works for you with an offer so good that your customers can't say no. So what are the actual key areas here? We need to really learn about these things. Design, that's the first area. If you can design things that are 3D printed, you can create a lot more value for your customer. You can speak directly to your customer, you can solve their exact pain points. And with clever design, we can even reduce, the actual cost of our products. We can increase the functionality of them and create something that is truly unique and that differentiates us. That will allow us to basically create a product that doesn't get compared to other products. So we'll be valued completely differently if we can create our own designs. Slicing optimization. So when we're actually going to take our design, and before we print it, we have to actually do this step in between called slicing. We want to think about two key areas here. So reducing print time is a huge one. We've worked with a lot of businesses where changing a few settings literally can halve the print time that that it takes to create the exact same product. And then the other area is reducing material costs. So if our product is able to be made lighter, not as much material, and have the same functionality, or if not better, then we can save a lot of material on printing. An example is that we work with a lot of businesses, but one in particular creates these kind of figurines. They're like Pokemon orbs, and effectively through slicing we're able to reduce print time by almost 50%, and even with some small tweaks to size and infill percentages we're able to reduce the actual material used by over 50%. So this is about creating products and solutions, but optimizing our slicing so we are way more efficient, and we can create more products this way. We can create higher value, and we lower our expenditure, which means increased profits, and more sales, again, increased profits. So that's designing and slicing. Next, I want to talk about auditing and really understanding your current business and your current customers. So are we selling to the right people? Is our offer really speaking to them? And we really need to get in the heads of the people that we are selling to. There's no point of trying to sell to the wrong person. Or if we have found the right person, like, is our offer compelling enough to actually show them we can solve your problems, or this solution is trustworthy, this solution is easy. There's a formula that I want to talk to you guys about. Alex Hamosi wrote the value offer formula, and there's four key components that I want to jump into. Workflow is another thing. So we need to create a business that works for us, not a business where we are constantly just working for it. Okay, so we need to create an efficient and scalable system. So we need to look at all of our processes, from receiving an order to fulfilling an order, packaging, printing, designing, everything. We need to try and create as much efficiency as possible so that we are really effective with the time that we spend to actually, provide this service. There are a lot of automation softwares out there now. But even if we just take a step back from that, we can just create a lot of efficiencies simply just by thinking about the actual process and writing it out. So creating standard operating procedures is a really big one here. If we reflect on our process and then write a process of our ideal kind of, for example, we could write a process for our ideal packaging scenario. When I package an order, these are the exact steps that I do. First I go and grab a box, then I fold it, then I walk over to my packaging bench, then I do this. So if we walk through everything, we can create a really efficient process that we can write into an operating procedure, and we could even get someone else to do that work. Or we might write it down and then go, why are we doing it like this? Let me actually change it and do it a slightly different way. Next, marketing and sales. So generating leads and actually converting them to customers is a really important one. Often people will actually look at this and go, I'm not getting enough sales. I just need to learn how to market and sell and sell better. But that's often not the case. We need to create an offer that solves the right customer's problem, and we need to present that in a way that really gains the trust of that person so they can, without a doubt go, yes, that is so valuable and I'm so confident that'll work. I'm going to buy that. We can't just say we're not getting sales, so I'm only going to spend more money on ads or something like that. So we will go into that sort of stuff, but marketing and sales should be something that we really start to scale up once we've got a really good foundation of what we offer and we really understand our customer. And then the last thing is mindset. So this kind of ties in everything that you do in business and life really is driven by your mindset. So we need to think about how can I create a really positive, productive mindset with this stuff. So you want to surround yourself with like-minded people. You want to speak to them regularly and see their pain points and what they do to push forward, because we want to develop those other skills. It's not just about printing here. It's not just about designing, right? We need to actually learn those other skills and be surrounded by other people that are like that will help us, create the right kind of commitment levels to our business, and these things take time, so you need to really see that, like, other people do struggle, right, with this. You're not going to get customers straight away necessarily, right? So you need to be willing to kind of fail, and you need the right mindset to keep going. And a big part of this, and what's helped me shift my mindset and really push forward when things are tough, is that what I do is I look at problems as solutions. So I am going to see, okay, this isn't working. Why isn't it working? And then literally flip them into solutions. It's not, this product isn't selling. This was a real example with Arenalo. We had this amazing product that we actually did sell, like a good amount of it, but just not as much. Like the conversion rates with how many people were getting on the website, compared to the sales, it just wasn't adding up. And what we realized is that we just had too many customization options. So it ended up being too hard to order. So we created these preset options, made it so much easier to order. And then that was a selling point. Now, I looked at that problem and figured out why, and then converted it to a solution. So every time you have a problem, I need you to think, here's my problem. Great. That is going to point me to my solution. So these are the kind of main areas: design, slicing. We're going to audit and really understand our customers and craft our offer. Workflow and creating an efficient system, marketing and sales, and then also our mindset. These are the kind of key areas. We're going to dive into this more in the classroom section. There's a ton of content. We put a lot of time into this, a lot of learning over successful businesses, failed businesses. And we've done a lot of mentoring and coaching ourselves. We're putting this all into this community, and we're creating a lot of value here, I think, totally for free. So go through it and really understand these key areas. And, I have no doubt that if you do these things, you'll be able to create a successful 3D printing business. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate your time. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Or just drop me a DM, and really looking forward to seeing what you create with 3D printing. Bye bye.